What's up, guys? It's here with another of my first official Home Depot Buckethead YouTube video, and today I got a pretty crazy story time for you guys, and hope you like it, and hope you enjoy this story time. All right, so this happened about a month ago. I think like the beginning of October of 2020. Yeah, I know, 2020. But I was going over to my friend's house, right? And it was nothing gonna be happening. Well, I knew he had texted me the day before, and this friend that I went to the house, we're gonna call him Ryan, okay? So Ryan, um, is a bit of a party goer, I would say. Isn't a whole big on parties, but he's a pretty alrighty partier, all right? And so he texted me, hey, I'm gonna have a party. We're gonna have drinks, girls, bring some money for, beer so we can buy some together. And I'm like, okay, I'll bring some money. And I'll bring some money because I'm a good friend. And like, so I'm at my friend's house now, okay? And I'm, having fun. So we have a whole bunch of people. We have like 8 dudes, okay? Some of them I think were in high school. Well, we're all in high school, but some of them I think was a couple juniors, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Sophomores or juniors. I don't think any of them were seniors. But, you know, we're talking to them, we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna get some beer, and shit. So this other guy that was there, we're gonna call him Mike. So Mike had a brother, an older brother. I'm pretty sure he was a senior, or at least 7 or 18 or something, and had a license, right? And he had a license, and or he didn't have an ID, but he had a really fake ID. You know what I mean? He had a fake ID, and he was like, you know what? I'll buy you guys some beer, but you gotta give me like 20, $30. And so we fucking do that like idiot kids we are. We buy the beer, and we're gonna have a nice time. We're gonna have a jolly time. We're gonna have the most fun time in the United States of America time. It's gonna be that kind of time. Nothing bad's gonna happen whatsoever. And we buy beer. We got some White Claws and Coolers Light. And so the funny thing is that, damn it, my fucking care package. Alright, okay, so we buy the beer and we're late in tonight. We have some girls coming over around 9ish. And so we're like, dude, wouldn't it be really cool if we drank some right now? And so being the dumbasses we are, we're like, yeah, we're gonna drink some. And I'm not a, I had a one beer, and I was like, not a big Coolers Light fan. I'm not the, I don't like, oh, okay, so I didn't like it very well when I first tried it, you know what I mean? And I'm coming in, and I'm like, okay, and I drink about half of it, and then the girls started showing up, and we're having a little bit of a party, some music's playing, we're having some drinks, and we're just, having a good time all around, you know what I mean? We're having a swindle of a time. We're having one jiggity wiggity time. And, I'm over here sitting like, oh yeah, we're never gonna cut. This is not gonna happen. And, I'm really thinking, we're not gonna get caught. Nothing bad is ever gonna happen to us. And lo and behold, I get drunk. And at the party, there wasn't much beer that we had got. And so I was the only one really super drunk. Like, the only one who was really, really drunk. Like, pretty much, I had like 8 or so more drinks. And I was fucking just hammered. And I was talking to this one girl who was named, we're gonna call her, Tiffany, right? And I was talking to Tiffany. And Tiffany was like, yeah, so, because we were inviting girls over. And I was like, yeah, who should we invite? And I was like, oh, we should invite Tiffany. she was like, my buddy was like, Tiffany, really? I was like, yeah, Tiffany would be a good person to invite. Let's invite Tiffany. And he's like, why Tiffany? And I'm like, who gives a fuck? And so I start inviting girls that I know. And Tiffany is like, well, I might not be able to come. And I was like, oh, damn, that sucks. But, later in the night, she eventually comes over to the party. And by the time she gets there, I'm like fucking drunk, man. Like, I am so hammered. And, my friend was like, oh, you need to stop drinking. You need to stop drinking. Take the beer away from her. I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm not stopping. And I guess that my friends had decided to convince me that I hit Tiffany. But I didn't hit Tiffany, to clarify. I don't believe in hitting women. And they were like, oh yeah, you hit Tiffany. I fucking hit Tiffany? What the fuck? I need a shit. And like her dad, she was with another girl, and her friend came over and was like, hey, we gotta go. And she was like, alright, well, I'm gonna go. And I'm like, Tiffany, I'm so sorry, give me a hug. And she was like, oh no, I'm like, fucking give me a hug, Tiffany. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. And she was like, oh my fucking gosh. I'm pretty sure she was about to, like, just want to straight kill me. Even though I didn't hit her. And, we go around, we go about our day. And, later into the night, things are starting to cool down. But this one girl comes over, and she's like, yeah, and, we're hanging out. Nothing crazy happens for a while. And until this one girl comes over, she's like, yeah, this boy named Tyler's gonna come pick me up. We're like, oh, okay, cool, Tyler. Whoever the fuck that is, I don't remember him. We're like, okay, Tyler's gonna come pick you up. That's gonna be cool. Tyler, got you. But here's the thing. When Tyler came over, a bunch of other kids came over. There was about, it's like 1 o'clock-ish. It's about maybe I'd say midnight when Tyler comes over. And when Tyler comes over, it's not that bad. When Tyler comes over, only a few more kids come by when Tyler comes over. But, like, I'm still kind of drunk and I'm still drinking. So, like, it's not a good thing that I was, but, like, I was still doing it when Tyler came over. And those other kids came over. And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking jump off a roof, guys. Like a fucking idiot. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna jump off a roof. And my brain now is like, what the fuck were you thinking? Jumping off a roof. You dumb bubblegum bitch ass. You don't jump off roofs. You dumbass. Why would you jump off a roof? But in my brain then, I was like, oh yeah, jumping off the roof is a good time. And everyone's trying to get me to not jump off the roof. But I get onto the roof and I almost slide off. And I'm like sliding off the roof. I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. And everyone's like, dude, get the fuck down. Get this kid out of here. And I eventually get the beers away from me. And I'm like laying on the couch, kind of like still drunk and dizzy. And I'm like, oh. And one other thing I should mention is that a bunch of boys just straight up peed off the balcony because the girls were taking too long in the bathroom. And like we're like, oh fucking hell, man. And we straight up just piss off the balcony. We don't even care. The first time we did it, someone was like, boys. I guess he was my friend's neighbor. And we were like, oh, laughed. But we didn't. She just yelled at us, and I think she went to bed or something. And eventually I end up on the balcony again, like the idiots those people were for letting me back out on the balcony. And I'm sitting there kind of dizzy from being, drunk and whatnot. And I have the audacity to be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm a puke. And I straight up puke. And it wasn't good puke because it tasted nasty. Like, it was awful puke. It was the puke that just was disgusting. And I legit thought I was gonna die from that puke. I didn't though, but I seriously thought I was gonna die. But I puked and puked a couple times and it tasted like water. It wasn't very good. And we're about around 1 o'clock by now. And 1 o'clock comes around and there's so many people. There's like 30 kids there. Half of them I don't fucking know. I met a couple chill dudes there. And this one guy who was drunk with me. We went downstairs to go get some food around 1 o'clock. And I don't remember what time it was, but we went downstairs to go get some food. And we're like, fuck, we can't find any food. And he's like, well, shit, why don't we eat this potato? And we're like, shit, we should eat this potato. And he's like, bro, how are we gonna split it though? And I take the potato and I just whack it against the stupid ass fucking counter. I'm like, there, we split it like that. And I don't think I ate the potato, but, I'm pretty sure he did. And then we go downstairs. Everyone's downstairs by like 1:30. And this kid, I shit you not, went into my friend's freezer, grabbed out a frozen pizza, unboxed it, took it out of the box, and decided it was a good idea to take it with him. And he asked my friend too. He was like, bro, is it alright if I take this pizza? And I guess my friend was like, yeah, go ahead and take the pizza. It's a little weird of you, but take the pizza, I guess. And I shit you not, he walks out, not cooking the pizza, he just walks out with the frozen pizza. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? Fucking nice. And I'm like, what the fuck? He just walked out with a frozen pizza. How is that supposed to work? And you know what? At the end of the night, I never saw him again. I didn't see him or his frozen pizza. I didn't see him at all. And I was for sure, I thought I was going to see him at least once with a frozen pizza. But no. He just kind of had no frozen pizza and just left his house. And by I think it was 2-ish, the host, my friend, I think I called him Timmy, was like, oh no, yeah, Timmy, was like, you know what, we gotta get rid of these people. I was like, well, how the fuck are we gonna do that? And by now I'm kind of sobering up because I've been sipping on water for past couple hours to not be so drunk. And the guy's like, oh, well, I'm gonna tell a lie that my dad is up and want everyone up. But his dad wasn't even there, so it made no fucking sense. I was like, shit, go ahead and do it. And he's like, oh, well, my dad wants everybody out, even though he wasn't fucking there. And we're like, okay then. And so everyone leaves around 1:30, and it's just a couple of us left. There's this kid, we're gonna call him Daniel, and the 4 of us that were left from the original group. And we're like, shit, now what do we do? But I'm like, I'm going to bed. And I go upstairs, I get on the couch, and I fucking fall asleep. I don't remember anything. But that's not the end of the story. See, I only have a couple minutes left of this video, and I don't have time enough to do the rest of the video. Because... Oh, and one more thing before I go. I forgot to mention this. When I was first getting drunk, some girl tried to sell me candy for $20. I don't think it was candy. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this story time. I'll see you guys later. Peace.